We all have
Yeah.
between 50 and 150 different personalities. And these are not psychological constructs. These are hardwired into the structure of our physical brains. As Dr. Gordon Emerson from Australia points out, they're part of our brains. The freaky thing about them is they are digital, meaning you can't have a bit of one and a bit of another. They switch on and off. One of them at any given time is executive. When it's executive, we mean that ego state is the one that is running the show, and it's connected to the prefrontal cortex through neural pathways. Now think about it. Right now, you're listening to me from an ego state, and I'm talking to you from my teaching ego state, which is one that I have executive for things like this. Now, having said that, the key with human lives to make them good is to have the right executive ego state for the right job. So, for example, I hate washing dishes. We have a beautiful Miele dishwasher made in Germany, and it's great for doing dishes. But sometimes there's things left over, like pots and pans, that won't go in the dishwasher. And I despise washing dishes. And one day, through self-hypnosis, I made contact with an ego state that would enjoy the simple, repetitive task, the warmth of the water, and could just zone out with music on. Now, every time there are dishes to be done, that ego state automatically becomes executive, and I put some music on, and it takes over and does the dishes for me.
Too bad you're so far away. I'll call you over like twice a week.
Well, I don't do other people's dishes yet. But this is so critical. It's a very interesting thing that when someone has, let's say, this will work for the hypnotherapist and the hypnotist and so on, the therapists, when someone has a problem, let's say someone has a horrendous phobia, let's say spider phobia. Now, many hypnotists I know who are experimenting with a lot of the different energetic modalities like EFT, Be Set Free Fast, and so on. Everybody at some point, most of the time, they'll be able to clear these things very rapidly and thoroughly. But there will be the time that will happen where someone will have a terrible phobia, and we do the tapping regimen, we do all that stuff, and it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. Or we'll also run into the one where somebody phones in, they want to make an appointment because they are desperate to quit smoking. Their health is collapsing. They know they have to get free of this, and they're at threshold. They know something has to change, has to be now, has to be me. But when they show up in the office, they leave a smoker again. They're still smoking. The reason why is the ego state that shows up in the office for the appointment is not the one that made the appointment. It's an intellectual ego state that's looking at the problem from the outside. Likewise with the tapping regimen, the person does the tapping, they still have the spider phobia. The reason why is the ego state they need to treat is the one that's carrying the phobia, and that's not the one that's executive. Instead, it's one that knows about the phobia. And in fact, I'll tell you a great method of working with so-called bad subjects hypnotically is a very simple pre-frame. You get somebody who's maybe not even hyperanalytical, but they've had a poor hypnotic experience in the past with someone else. They've decided they can't be hypnotized. I just agree with them. I say, yeah, you're absolutely right. You can't be hypnotized. But there's a part of you that is a phenomenal hypnotic subject and would love to make these changes. And that's the part I want to speak to now. And then I'll do the induction and boom, they're gone. You just get the right ego state to the surface. And integration comes when we heal the Vedic ego states. We give the ones that are dysfunctional a job to do that they would enjoy doing. We negotiate between the ones that are clashing with each other. And also, of course, there's going to be the retro avoidance states. And this is with addictions. My whole model of addictions has changed. I came to a point working with addictions. We brought wonderful Melissa Tears to Toronto to teach for us. Very dear friend, excellent therapist, great with anxiety and addictions. And I started to think that all addictions have an anxiety component. We never reach integration this side of eternity. Never. I don't think anyone is integrated, but we should always be working towards greater integration, which means our ego states have clear neural pathways to each other. The Vedic ones are healed. The dissonant ones are not forced to be executive. The conflicted ones get along with each other. We keep doing the self work as things come up. And I can tell you, thank God for the changes in my own life. I'm not the person I was 10 years ago. I'm not even the person I was last year. And that should be the case. I have not arrived. Just ask my wife. If anyone thinks they're integrated, ask their spouse. You'll quickly find out it's not true. But I'm a lot better than I was.
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click on the button below, sign up for the Premium Pass, and we'll see you on the other side.